Hey guys, welcome back to Crafting Through the Chaos of Life. Thanks so much for joining me today. I thought it would be fun to try to do a start to finish journal, and I want to do this fairy journal. And this is a kit from LianaScrap. This set is called Fairy Dream Junk Journal Kit. So LianaScrap, LianaScrap, and that's through Etsy. So go ahead and check out her store. She's got a lot of great digital images there, and this one I fell in love with, so I thought it would be fun to try and do this. So I am just going to kind of try and keep track of the time here. Just for our first video, what I want to do is work on the cover. And I decided I wanted to do a hardbound book. This is a book that I got at an estate sale. It's very, very old. I took the pages out, and there is a bit of ripping here on the book itself. So what I did is I reinforced the inside of this book with this Art Minds tape. And I just got this tape at Michael's, and it's almost got like little strings woven into it, but it's, I don't know if you can see the texture of it, but I don't really know what kind of tape it is. I don't really think it's bookbinding tape. It's some sort of art tape, but it works really well for this. So I kind of reinforced the inside of that with that tape. To cover this, I'm going to move the kit aside. Excuse me. To cover this book, I don't think I want this to show. I think I want to cover the book itself. So I am actually just going to, I think I'm just going to use paper bag just to cover it. We'll see how that works. I haven't really thought the whole process out, but I thought I would cover the front with the paper bag, kind of fold it over, and then I'll add some of these digital images to the front of it to make the cover. So yeah, let's get started. I think to start, I will open this up. It's a pretty big bag. It's just a grocery bag from Sobeys. And it's just, this is really loud, sorry. Okay, we open this up. I think I'm just going to cut down the sides. Sorry, I probably should have done this beforehand, but I wasn't really thinking. So I'm just kind of cutting down the fold of this bag. I want to try and salvage as much of the surface of the bag as possible. So we'll just kind of cut through it. Hopefully you can see this. It's kind of awkward because it's so big. Cut there. And I'm hoping that this is going to be enough to cover this book. Okay. Oh yeah, that should be enough. So I'm just going to kind of, I know that it's going to be really hard for you to see this, but just trying to get an idea of what I need here, and I'll just cut right down here. Alright, and really all I'm doing is just trying to cover the book enough so that you can't see. I mean, this is a beautiful cover and all, but I just think we need a little something to cover this, just so that my papers stick, I think, is what the best way to do that would be. And then I can really ink up the pages. And let's put this on this side. And let's see if we cut down this way. And cut down this way. doing such a good job here. And then cut the corner off here. Not cutting straight at all. Alright, it's not really straight, but I'm going to be covering it with more paper so you won't see this. Just kind of fold it over. That's kind of what we want, is just to wrap the cover of the book. And then we'll just glue this down. That is not cut down enough, so let's try. All right. So I just want to use, let's use our 3-in-1 beacon glue, okay? That's just what we're going to use to adhere down this, oh, words are hard, this bag. So, I should have had this upside down. Sorry, I'm kind of up and down in my chair here, just trying to get a good angle of things. Smooth this down. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well today, and that you've got some crafting on the go as well. There we go, get this all over. And then we will turn this over and get it down. Okay, I might have to trim a little bit off, but that's okay. Alright, I'm going to flip this over. Smooth this down, and I'm going to use my very handy dandy little gift card. It'll just help us smear the glue on underneath. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of clean this up a bit. Trim this side just a bit more. Sorry, I know for some of you this might be kind of boring to watch, but if you're a beginner, this might be something that you're interested in seeing, exactly how to cover a front of a book and how to kind of get started. You just got to get started. You just got to take the plunge and make the cut, or drop the glue, or rip the paper, whatever it is it takes to get you started. Just do it. It's just a book. At the end of the day, it's just paper and a book, and you can start over if you have to. Okay, I'm just really kind of pulling this up, trying to get it nice and snug. We'll add some of our 3-in-1 glue. Smooth it along, just trying to get along as close to the edges as possible, just so we get a good seal. Alright, and then pulling up as I fold over. Okay, hopefully you can see that. I'm gonna get a little bit gluey, just to warn you. So make sure you're not wearing any nice clothes, that you're in your crafting clothes to do this. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And now at this point, it doesn't even matter which is the front or which is the back. We have no idea which is which. I think I could tell if I feel. But yeah, so we're just going to go with it. It won't matter because we can start it from wherever we want. Okay, getting lots of glue down here. Yeah, I really like this tape. It's super handy for fixing books and for, making sure that you get a strong hold. Excuse me. All right, press this down. Apologize for the noise upstairs. I've got my family home. I'm filming at night right now, so I'm not exactly sure what they're doing up there. All right, let's glue these sides down now. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to do for the cover. I think I want some lace and kind of want to make it like a really frilly, a really frilly, girly fairy journal. I just think that would be fun. Okay. All right, there we go. Pulling nice and taut here, and bringing the edges over. Hopefully that will adhere down. Yeah, it was kind of a shame to cover that book, but because it was nice and old kind of looking, but I think this is just for the best for this one. Okay. So there's a seam here in the back, a seam here on one part of the bag itself. So I'm gonna have that on the back. We'll have this as our front. And let's just put our lid on our glue. And I think I want this image to be the cover. I think that would look cute. Or do we want this one? Oh, decisions, right? I think I'll do this one. I'm just going to grab my tear ruler. Move the cover aside for a minute. I'm going to tear this down. And let's see, let's try and get it straight as possible. I've got a little bit of a center there. And we'll just tear that down. Okay. And now we're just going to tear all the way around our image. Just like, this is the tricky part. When you've got such a small amount underneath your ruler, you really got to make sure you have good pressure when you tear. Otherwise, it slips and slides on you. Okay. Now we want to tear down this way. Oh, see, it's starting to move, so gotta have good pressure. So I'm just gonna take a drink. I got something tickling my throat here. I kind of choked a little bit at dinner, and it's kind of made my throat a bit funny ever since. All right, let's fold that down. There we go. And now I think I'm going to grab some of my laces. So give me 1 second. Let's see. We've got so many to choose from. Just gonna pull out. I have this big box of laces here that I got from my mom. And we'll just kind of see. I want some wider lace, I think. Let's try these ones out. I really haven't even really had a good look through to see what there all is, but I was kind of thinking maybe some of this. Let's take this off here. We could have this running. Do we want it running that way, kind of all the way at the top, or I think maybe, whoops, I just dropped the roll of it on the floor. So if we had like this kind of hanging out, you guys see that? Hanging off the edge, and then have, ugh, my fingers aren't working, have this over top. I think that would look cute. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Just going to cut this lace here, and then I'll trim it to size in a minute. Just gotta pick up this roll that I dropped. All right. So I think I like having this on the edge and then having this over top. This just kind of fits. I think that would look nice. Let's get it straight so you guys can see it. Yeah, I think that would look cute. So let's go ahead and excuse me, adhere that down. And grab my Fabri-Tac. And move that out of the way just for a minute. Hopefully you guys can see this. I just need it kind of in front of me just a bit so I can glue it straight. So, what about, oh, that's the one thing about Fabri-Tac is you should store it upside down, and I always forget. Okay, so run this along here. I want a good bead of it. Try and get it straight. And get a good bead of it on the edge, just so it doesn't lift off. We had such a beautiful fall day here today. I just love that the sun was shining. There's clear blue skies. Then there's that beautiful kind of earthy smell in the air from the leaves. I just love that. I think fall is my favorite time of year. I love the changing of the colors, and it's not very often that we get too many nice fall days. Like, usually we go from summer to winter quite quickly, and the snow seems to come quicker than I usually like. So, but we've had really beautiful weather so far. Can't believe it's, was it November? What are we at here? November 6th. We still haven't really had too much snow. Like, it's all melted, whatever we did get. So that's nice. Alright, just trim this down. Oh gosh, that lace is just so pretty. I'll use my gift card just to help press that down, and so I don't get my hands all gluey. Alright. Just try and get a nice close trim. Hopefully that still looks good. There we go. Okay, and now look, my Fabri-Tac is oozing. Can you see that? It's got like a glue bubble on it. Ugh, so frustrating. Okay. I do want to ink this up. So this was just done on not quite copy paper. It's laser print paper. It's some nice laser print paper that I got from Staples. So it's not quite copy paper, but it's of that thickness. So it won't add too much bulk to the front. So get this inked up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the nice weather. It's supposed to continue, so I think I'll try and get outside as much as I can. I really need to go for more walks. I don't think I exercise nearly enough. I just find at the end of the day, after I'm done work, I'm just so tired, and it's everything I can do to somebody's make it upstairs to my bed. Okay, so now that we've got that done, and we will Now glue this down, and I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac again, just because we're gluing over top of this lace. So let's get this down. Come on. So yeah, what are you guys making in your craft room today? You have to let me know. Don't really have too much exciting news. Trying to do a couple of videos in one day, so I know there's certain things I've already talked about in my other video. But yeah, I can't believe we're working our way towards Christmas. The year just really flew by. Although, you know, it was a combination of feeling like it's like time's standing still with COVID and everything, but then the year actually does go by really quite quickly. So, okay, let's get this on here. So yeah, if you're a beginner junk journaler and you're a journal maker, and you find it intimidating to start, you just gotta start. Just glue some stuff down and play around with it. You'll be amazed that if you just let yourself go and kind of enjoy the process, that you come out with something pretty. You know, I'm still learning as well, and I by no means am a professional. I just kind of do what feels good, what feels right. And hey, if you find that you might need a glass of wine or a beverage to loosen you up and, you know, help let yourself go as you craft, you know, I won't judge. I won't judge. I like a nice glass of wine every now and then when I'm crafting. It loosens you up, I think. Not that I'm trying to promote drinking, but you know what I mean. Sometimes you lose a little bit of your inhibitions when you've had a beverage or two, and that can be useful if you're intimidated to start. Okay. Alright, so there we go. We've got a good start, you guys. There is the start. Isn't that cute? The start of our journal. I think that looks so precious. Okay. I'm not going to put anything on the spine, I don't think. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is, because I'm going to have an exposed spine. I'm going to have the binding on the outside, and it's going to be a little bit tricky to get through the this tape, though. I will warn you, when you go to do your signatures, that's going to be a little bit tricky, but we'll just have to use a little bit of brute force. So I think I want some more of that lace on the back as well, just to keep it a bit consistent. And I really hope I glued that down the right way. Yeah, okay. So I'll trim it right here. And we'll just kind of do the same process as we did on the front. And maybe I could put this little girl on the back. I think I want either this one or this one to go on the inside of the cover. Let me see. This is just such a beautiful kit. Let's see if I can find something. I might just want to stick with that one image just to keep it, yeah, just to keep the consistent coloring, I think, from front to back. So yeah, I think I'll do that. All right, let's get this glued down. Turn it this way again, just so it's a little bit easier. And grab our Fabri-Tac. And put this down. Yeah, I'm so excited for my niece. She is off to Vancouver, or Victoria. Victoria and Vancouver, one of the two. For a little while. She is kind of doing a kayak canoe I guess, learning camp or whatever you want to call it. So she'll be going off to that. They've been all over. They've been to Florida. I think they've been down east to do some training camps, and yeah, they were on Team Sask, so that was pretty cool. Saskatchewan there. So yeah, really quite proud of her. She's living here with my mom right now, and you know, it's kind of exciting when you're first out on your own. She just turned 18 in the summer, so you know, that first adventure away from mom and dad. So, but you know, living with my mom, she's still got, you know, that support that she needs. And yeah, think back of the various times I moved in and out and in and out. My parents called me the boomerang child because I just couldn't make up my mind whether I wanted to live at home or live on my own. I liked the idea of living on my own, but oh my goodness, it was expensive. So yeah, there's that. It seems like, oh, so long ago now when you think about it. Oh, that was many kids ago, 3 kids ago. Yeah. And then it's funny, then my mom came to live with my husband and I, and it was funny having kind of the shoe on the other foot, I guess, so to speak. You know, you've got your parents living with you in your house, and you know, you kind of make the rules. So yeah, it's definitely different. And then of course, as a parent, when you've got your kids living with you, and oh, I feel so bad for what I put my parents through. I was such a messy child. My goodness. And I think about, you know, I never really back-talked too much as a kid because, you know, I was in the time when spanking was a thing, right? But my goodness, my kids think that they can get away with some sass talk, let me tell you. Am I the only one who has to deal with that? Just, some of the things that they say, I'm like, I would never dream of saying that to my parents. My goodness. But times change. Okay, let's get this glued down. And then we'll work on the inside. I might have to trim that down a bit, I think. Yeah, let's give it just a little bit. It seems a little bit long. I think the key too with getting a nice clean rip is you kind of have to go faster than you think. You know, you want to rip slow so you do it neatly, but I think the faster might be the way to go. Okay. Oh, these little fairies are so adorable. I think any little girl would love to have a fairy journal. I think this is going to be a lot of fun to work on together. Alright, let's do Fabri-Tac again. And some of the Fabri-Tac is kind of seeping through the lace, so hopefully that'll help hold. So yeah, my son is turning 13, and I just don't know, what do you get a 13-year-old? If you guys have any suggestions, I would love to hear ideas on what to buy teenage kids for birthdays. And actually, you know what, if you have, I'm running out of Fabri-Tac, if you have any ideas for gifts at all for Christmas as well. I'm running out of ideas for my kids. They don't need anything. They've already got too much stuff. So I'd rather, you know, spend money on experiences. So if you have some cool gift ideas, I'd really appreciate that. Leave a comment down below and let me know if there's something cool that you've done for your kids before. Just, yeah, Lord knows we don't need any more stuff. Okay, let's try and get this guy glued down. And looks fairly straight. It's nice you got a little bit of wiggle room with the Fabri-Tac, not like the art glitter glue. The art glitter glue, once it's down, it is down. Do not try lifting it or moving it, because chances are you'll regret it. Okay. There we go. I might actually use a little bit of art glitter glue here, just because I want it to dry nice and clear. Have a good stick. So there we go. We've got our cover done. Got the outside of it done. I think that looks so cute. In the back, super, super adorable. And then for the inside, just squirt some art glitter glue in there. I got a little more than I intended, but that's okay. I'm just going to hold this down for a second. Hope that it catches. It's just that the outside of that tape, it's not really adhering as well as I would have liked. So hopefully this will work. Okay. So put my pin in. Now we need to decide what we want here. So obviously this is too short this way, right? So I'm going to end up cutting it down, and just so I can shift it over. And I'm thinking I kind of like this one for the inside. Yeah, I think that would be cute, because we're not going to need anything in the middle of the spine here, so I think that would be cute. So I'm going to tear down the edges on this, and hopefully won't rip it the wrong way. I need to do a whole bunch more printing of journal stuff, but I ran out of ink, and oh, that's what we don't want. And it's not scheduled to come until Monday, so, and I'm at Saturday right now. So, didn't rip in the middle there. That is okay. There we go. So if I have to reprint any of these, I'm gonna have to wait until my ink arrives. And move my hands down. There we go. I just gotta get the right amount of pressure in the right area just for this to rip nicely. There we go. Okay. Well, I got it a little cockeyed there, but you know what? That's okay. That's what makes it unique. Alright, let's rip right about, let's see, maybe if I try to find the middle. There we go. So right about there is the middle. So that should give me enough for both sides. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna rip this down. Let's see, let's try and find the middle again, actually. Just on the bottom as well, and then that way I can rip straight. Or straighter is the goal. There we go. And of course we want to ink up the edges. Or at least I do. Something about inked edges just makes it, I don't know, warms the image up to me and gives a little bit more mystery to it. And vintagey. There we go. So the cover really doesn't take too long when you're recovering like hard covers. So if you get hard books from the dollar store, you know, you can recover them quite simply and quickly. Oops, we gotta do the other side here. And then yeah, just save your grocery bags if you get paper bags. Every now and then I forget my reusable bags, so, but I don't feel guilty about getting a paper bag because I know I'm going to use it in my crafting some way or another. And I've made junk journal covers with a grocery bag as well, paper bag. And you know, that's a good place to start too, is if you don't want to, you know, use a hardcover book. Or this is what I use for a lot of my journal covers too, is literally it's just a cracker box. I just trim it down. I have a drawer full of boxes of different, you know, I've got like a hamburger helper box, or just boxes of kind of different shapes, or not shapes, different sizes. And yeah, you just cut them down and then start with this, and then you're not worrying about, you know, ruining a good book cover if that's, you know, if you're just starting out. I have lots of different things, or even like manila envelopes, large manila envelopes. Use those as well. That works. Recycling, like the do I have one here? Yeah, I've got one. These here, the Amazon packaging, you use those as a cover too. You just fold it over and they give you that, end up being a fun, well, you're going to cut it open and then fold it over, but they give you that fun kind of textured feeling. Cover them with fabric. So yeah, there's lots of different materials you can start with if you don't want to actually use hardcover books. You can get hardcover books just at different thrift stores, and I might have to cut this down here. Yeah, you get them at different thrift stores. Sometimes you can, I've got like a little book library behind my house, and I may or may not have scoffed some hardcover books from the little giving library. I always give my kids books to it, so if I happen to see a hardcover book, I kind of snag it and use it. So yeah, okay, I want to use the, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on up there. Let's just use the 3-in-1 to adhere this down, and maybe let's do it on the back of this paper. That's probably the safest, just because I've ripped it a little bit cockeyed. I want to make sure I get glue in all the right areas and as kind of close to the edge as possible. And then you're going to want to use a card just to smooth out so you don't have any kind of glue bubbles or anything, any bulges on the inside of your cover. Okay, try and line that up, and then grab our card and just smooth it down. Okay, and then any of the edges that are still kind of up, I'm going to use my art glitter glue just to pin those down. We won't have any lifting. That one's pretty good, but just for safety's sake, let's do that. All right, super cute. I like how this is working out, you guys. This one we're going to need to take some off the top as well. So about 1/8 of an inch, I think, is all we need. Oh, when I went to the grocery store today, and I found some candied cherries. I don't know if you guys have seen those. They're like the red and green cherries. And they're in like a little plastic tub. And yeah, I think they're just called candied cherries. But I had to pick some of those up because last year when we were trying to do our Christmas baking, we couldn't find any. My mom was making a family recipe called Stollen. It's like I think it's German. Is it German? I think it is. It's like this German kind of bread cake thing. And you need almond paste and the candied fruit, really. So I couldn't find any of the candied fruit. That's so hard to find, but I managed to find the candied cherries, so that's a start. So yeah, I picked a bunch of those up, as well as some of the multicolored little mini marshmallows. That's another thing I always find hard to get my hands on closer to Christmas, because I have to have my most favorite dessert ever that my mom makes, and that is marshmallow roll. Oh, so good. Can't have Christmas without those things, so made sure I grabbed them while I could see them, and then when we're ready to do our baking, we'll have them. Which, you know, I guess we better get started on that, because before we know it, it'll be December, and as soon as December hits, it's like things seem to get busier. I know it'll be busy for me at work as we try to, this time of year, we always try to settle files for the clients, right? Because I work for a law firm, and I do personal injury, and I do wills and employment, like wrongful dismissals and stuff. And of course, we want to try and get some money in the hands of our clients before Christmas. So yeah, it'll be busy, and I'm not going to have enough time to get it all done. So all right, guys, well, we have finished our cover. So we just covered it with a paper bag and then added these beautiful digitals from LianaScrap from Etsy. So I will try to link her down below. It's a beautiful kit. I cannot wait to work some more with it. We've covered the inside. I just think that looks so cute. I love the kind of storybook kind of feel to this image, and I think that's going to be super cute. So we'll end today's video here, and we will be back next time to start on the signatures. So thanks again so much for joining me today, and P.S. I love you.
Hey guys, I would love to do a snail mail swap with you. So go ahead, check out my address there. Send me some of your creations. I'd love to feature them on my YouTube channel, and I'd love to send you a little something back. Let's spread the crafty love with each other. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, give me a thumbs up if you like my videos. Even better, send me a comment. I'd love to know what you have to say. Thanks again, guys, and P.S. I love you.